Now, art is, of course, subjective, and there are legends. There are legends in the industry. There are legends in our scene, and they do what they do so very well. And there are many, many great working artists out there. I just wanted to spotlight a few of those today and actually talk a little bit with a vague note of seriousness about why I love Kelley Jones so much. So say, if we take Top of Tree, for example, if we take one of the biggest working examples that many of you will have heard of, and if you haven't, all-time legend, working great, everyone loves him. Good old Mr. Jim Lee. You know, Jim's been at the top of his game now for a very long time. He's got multiple duties for DC. He had multiple duties for Marvel, in addition to creating some of the most popular and well-known images for X-Men, for Batman, you name it, he's done it, that you can possibly think of. Right now, we're showing you a couple of his most well-known covers to Hush, Batman Hush, incredible storyline where, well, it continues to influence Batman Legends to current publishing day. You know, Hush 2 is coming out as we speak. It's very, very contemporary. And this image right here, for example, is one that many of you know, the iconic Batman versus Superman cover. That fight goes down for many people, myself included, you know, came out 20 years ago, still feels fresh. Now, Jim influenced a lot of people, okay? He's iconic. He does big, bold Americana. Like, his images are huge. His Batman is masculine, he's chunky, but he's not implausible. It's comic book. Then we can fall further down that rabbit hole, if you like. If we're going to look at some event books today, and if you continue down that artistic rabbit hole of artists picking up on a little bit of a niche within a niche and really following what they love, you end up perhaps with an artist like Mr. Tim Sale. And one of Tim Sale's most iconic stories of all time that he ever lent his pens to would be Batman The Long Halloween. Authored, of course, with the one and only Mr. Jeff Loeb, legend. The Long Halloween covers and, of course, interiors have gone down in absolute sublime infamy. I say that because they are beloved, but they also change the game. They're not normal comic book art. They are deep with shadow. They are drenched in what feels like crime noir shadows. His use of negative space is absolutely stunning. It wouldn't be his one right now. It's not uncommon to find a Tim Sale piece where he's barely drawn anything. I say that because if you really look at the components and what's going on in that cover, it's not much. 2 hands, couple of glasses, some bubbles, job done though. You didn't have to do much to make it really worth looking at. This one here, I mean, every single Long Halloween cover, as far as I'm concerned, is a masterpiece. Now, one of my favourite characters of all time, one Miss Poison Ivy, is known for being a beautiful femme fatale. Soft in face, feminine, striking, you name it, whatever, it's all there. He chose to draw Poison Ivy looking like a really malicious, almost like an old Europa witch. You wouldn't be surprised to see her stumbling out of an old hedge witch. You know, almost once upon a time she would have been called a hag. She looks evil. She looks like full of maliciousness. She's not beautiful there. She's designed to hurt you. Now, when you get these comic book artists who take their stylizing that one step further and really go for it, you can end up with some really beautiful artwork. Now, taking that one step further, we can look at how these creators went on and continue to inspire modern day, but when their contemporaries were coming up with them, you end up with an artist a little bit like Todd McFarlane. Now, Todd McFarlane, of course, is well known for his Spawn, is well known for his Spider-Man. His Batman's been few and far between, but the Batman covers he has touched have been iconic. The ones he's done, fans just love. Again, huge swooping capes, huge amounts of negative space, really kind of drenched extremities, which I mean, that doesn't really make sense. I'm not talking about the no least fan favourite theory on the internet that there's 3 hands in the picture. I'm talking about the fact that if you were to actually see that thing happening in real life, your brain would be like, oh, it's a little bit farcical. Now, getting on to Kelley Jones, which is where I started this whole rant with, he takes the concepts of the 3 artists I've just mentioned and really runs with it. He doesn't even stick it on steroids. He takes it and runs with it and then boots it further down the garden path than he'll never has. Kelley Jones's artwork, for me, occupies a little weird liminal space where extremity rules. Kelley Jones's artwork doesn't really make sense, nor does it have to. It's not trying to. Kelley Jones is an absolute master of really running with the farcical. Like, you think Spawn's got big capes. Well, Kelley Jones will draw Batman, and Batman is the cape. It almost becomes synonymous with one and the same thing. If you look at one of his most infamous storylines like Batman Gotham After Midnight, it dominates every single aspect of the storytelling. Now, I'm just showing you some of my favourite covers of one of my favourite Batman runs here, but you can largely pick any Kelley Jones cover with a Batman image on it, and you'll find a couple of things. You'll find elongated ears into the extreme. You'll find a Batman that is both large and implausible. Kelley Jones isn't going for realism here. He never was. He's going for absolute elements of the extreme, the farcical, almost the fantastical, and yet still keeping you contained within the comic book format. Here's one many of you will know. This is one of the most infamous Batman issues of all time. Bane breaking Batman's bat, Batman 497. Iconic piece. So when Kelley Jones is drawing Bane, he's drawing a lump of muscle. You can literally look at contemporary issues like Absolute Batman, where Bane was drawn to literally cover the entire page, but it's known to be farcical. Well, Kelley Jones wasn't that far off it. He was doing that 25 years ago plus and making it work. Showing you some of my favourite images still all time here. Now the next one, Batman 500, is most well known for having the Joe Quesada cover. Kelley Jones has got his own one with it, of course. Awesome stuff. Crucially, he's not for everyone. He wasn't trying to be. He found what he wanted to do, experimented, evolved, and when it clicked, he absolutely ran with it. This has gone beyond crime noir at this point. Earlier in the video, we showed you some Batman Long Halloween by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This is no longer crime noir. This is Kelley Jones elevating the comic art form above and beyond that and going for, it's like the macabre and the beautifully grotesque. He's found a niche of, it's almost like Gothic architecture in the 16, 17, 1800s. It's finding something that shouldn't really work, honing in on it and going, you know what if I really push this? What if I absolutely hammer it home? Should a Batman have two ears? Probably not. Should it work? Probably not. Does Kelley Jones make it work? Yes. Don't ask me how, I don't know. But when I look at some of, let's find another one. That cape, there's Catwoman. Again, that huge, swirling, almost living, breathing cape. Absolutely staggering stuff. I'm going to finish up talking about Kelley Jones just here for 1 minute with one of my favourite covers he ever did. Back in Batman 121, you get the first of it, Mr. Freeze, coming out, and he was looking like a bit of a Wally wearing orange and green. Thank you, Mr. Zero. Fast forward to the modern day, and thankfully, masters like Kelley Jones have got their claws on him, and they've actually worked. And suddenly you get this huge Germanic 7-foot monster of a man coming out looking like that. And Kelley Jones has taken one of the concepts of, for me, one of my favourite Batman villains ever, and made him huge, terrifying, and thoroughly evil. I love it. Absolutely love it. So right there, you've got a very, very small example how you can take quite a goofy character like Mr. Freeze, quite a character so beautiful and alluring, she almost becomes a caricature of that herself in Poison Ivy, and artists like Tim Sale, artists like Kelley Jones really just ramp up the max factor, and suddenly they transform from being, okay, that's kind of cool and cartoon, kind of comic-y to, oh my. And that itself lends itself harmoniously with the Batman Dark Mythos anyway. For anyone who thinks they're not into Kelley Jones, give it another look. You might find something that you weren't expecting to find the first time. It's an acquired taste, and all I'm really trying to say with these few words here is I really tend to love it when a creator takes a concept which is already established, like Kelley Jones is by far and away one of the last people to ever draw Batman. It's been happening for 70, 80 years already. You know, he's not up there the first. He's taking a template which is well and truly established before he got his grubby little paws on it. But what he did was absolutely amazing. I love it when creators do that. They take something that already works, it's already established, and yet they find another way just to go, you know what, if I tweak that, push that, and really ramp it up, we got something brand new. And for me, that's what Kelley Jones was to Batman. He took a character I knew and loved from the cradle to now and showed me something new, and my brain went, yeah, I'm in. So yeah, much love for Kelley Jones.